My English 102 research assignment was to investigate what happens when fictional films are based on historical events. The film From Hell, which I'd already seen multiple times, was inspired by the story of Jack the Ripper, but I was curious about where the drama wandered from history and why. My professor's response to my proposal draft made me worry, though. He said I needed to find academic journal articles, but I wasn't even sure what that meant. Then, we had a session with the librarian where we learned how to search in databases using Boolean operators. I found a film review by a surgeon in a medical journal, which pointed out problems with the medical information in the film. I discovered that Alan Moore, author of the original graphic novel, never really thought that Dr. Gohl, a physician and a powerful member of the Freemasons, was a reasonable suspect. Moore just used Gohl because he wanted to have a powerful upper-class villain with ties to a mysterious society like the Masons. The library session gave me new avenues to explore for my paper. I learned how to access historical news archives like the New York Times and the Times of London, but I spent a couple of weeks headed down a side alley, reading about members of my own family who had made the news in the 19th century. During those weeks, I read a lot about my great-grandfather. I learned he had been a member of Skull and Bones, a secret society formed at Yale University that also has ties to the Freemasons. Weird. I suddenly had a new personal twist to add to my paper. I hadn't started writing my paper yet, but I was newly motivated. These side alley stories had distracted me and caused me to procrastinate, but our librarian encouraged me to share this story for my research anyway, because she says,
when you do research, you're supposed to learn things you didn't expect to learn. There's often a point in the middle of a big research project where you feel lost. What ends up in your final paper may not tell the whole story of all the work that you did in your research, but the process of doing research and choosing what to say about it transforms you. That's the learning your instructors are aiming for.
I do have to admit that I don't feel very transformed by my experience, but I did get an A on my paper, so that's the happy ending of this story for me.